Plyometric sprinting and rhythmic training for grapplers. Before moving forward with these ideas, it's important to say that rhythmic training is not no new fad I'm trying to create or an idea that I'm trying to bring in performance training. That's the last thing that the world of sports performance need, right? It's just a new fad, a new thing to complicate training even more. But when you think about grappling, grappling is deeply connected to rhythm and timing. Think about when you're feinting as a wrestler, right? You're trying to work on your feints, your timing of your shots, your takedowns, avoiding your opponent's takedowns. It's all rhythm and training and timing. So as an athlete in grappling, right, it's important. This is not always at the forefront in the constructs of speed, power, and strength when we're thinking about developing wrestling and grappling athletes, right? Another thing that's very important is knowing how to empty the gas tank efficiently, right? So this is a mistake that I've made plenty in my grappling and martial arts experience, right? From years of competition and just grappling in general, right? Not wrestling and grappling as a physical matter, but really as a very intellectual, and having a strategy in grappling comes into play more than you might think, right? So many athletes become obsessed with making gains in the gym, right? So they're thinking about just their technique and getting stronger and getting faster, but what they're not thinking about their approach and how they're grappling, right? So sprints and plyometrics, but you also see me use the medicine ball for rhythm and timing and creativity, which can all tie in together, right? The goal is to create space to explore and enter a flow state in training, right? Because the better you can do that in training, the more likely you're to enter that in competition in the actual real scenario, right? So yeah, my goal in training is working through different tempos, right? So there's moments where you see me obviously running sprints, training for power, plyometrics, training for power. That's where I allow that space for that to shine, right? And work on that athletic skill to help benefit my jiu-jitsu and wrestling, followed by periods of slowing things down with simply I'm just continuous movement, right? So maybe it's not as explosive, but I'm just dialing it down and just moving consistently, right? There's times in matches when you're grappling where there's these stale moments where you're still moving, but it's not as explosive. Maybe both guys are taking a little internal break to figure out what's their next move, right? So I try to implement that in my training as well, right? Just constant movement. And I love this med ball for that reason, right? Because there's so many different things you can do. Like you saw me shadow wrestling with it, just being creative, using it as a mobility and stability tool, right? Just working on different range of motions, just stretching the body, prepping the body for the sprint session. And a lot of this stuff you see, like I spoke about in previous videos, this is not anything new. This nervous system training, teaching your body how to be fast and contract, and it was created and brought to you by Mark Marinovich, who was a strength and conditioning coach, like I mentioned before. He also trained the likes of Troy Polamalu in football. So yeah, that pretty much concludes this video. I hope you guys got some value from it, but if you did, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Done.